Hi, good evening. I'd like to welcome you to a poem praise 2. And I do thank you for tuning in. I certainly hope that peace and blessings have been upon you and your family this day. Now, we are going to get right back into the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. We're in Chapter 6, which is Employment. And this is take 27. And it goes like this. They say this is another example of how black men don't respect each other, or think that a black male is qualified are justified in being his boss or supervisor. Black men who say they try to hire other black men say when employed they are tardy too much, take too long for lunch, play around on the job, lie, take off work for invalid reasons, will steal, undermine their efforts, argue back, sleep, come to work untidy, waste materials, work slow, and have an all-around lackadaisical or lackadaisical attitude. These allegations are duly documented as typical of their work on some jobs supervised or owned by whites. White and black men complain of another kind of behavior he exhibits on the job. He plays the clown. He will pass notes or photos displaying gutter humor and will stand and listen attentively at whites telling racist jokes and laugh as if they are funny. They will also laugh at other kind of joke a white male might share with them. They still do a lot of grinning and shuffling to try to impress their white supervisors with their affability and secret flashback of being the happy slave. This is an old-style tactic move to get on the good side of the master. This is also called brown nosing, doing something to get special approval from the boss. Their thoughts and behaviors are contradictory to how they really feel, but they think that if they present their real personalities, they will be viewed as a threat for attempting to overpower the boss, or make the boss uncomfortable by functioning as an equal. He has a lot to deal with. Every black man who is working or has ever worked in a majority white job site or has been employed as the token black has laughed at jokes that were not funny, not responded to incidents they viewed as racist, and allowed white males to disrespect them or insult unrelated black women in one way or another. He has swallowed all of this. It has given him a permanent lump in his throat and a crack in his mirror. Boss, in parentheses, boss in quotation marks, excuse me, comes from an old German word, boson, in quotes. It's spelled B-O-Z-A-N, which means to beat. days, many black men say the economy is too slow to try to get into business or attempt to do anything to make money independent of the system. There are many benefits to going into business during hard times if one managed to get products or provide a service. A. Large companies who streamline their operations, whose business is in recession, and can no longer provide special attention or customer service to the little man or little enterprise. B. Wholesale goods are lower price, cheaper to acquire. C. Office space is cheaper because of failed tenants. D. Labor rates can be negotiated at lower level. E. There are more opportunities to sell lower priced items. Blacks who say they try to do business with black men in business complain as usual that their prices are too high. Delivery is too slow. They don't respond to calls in a timely fashion. Will abscond with deposits. Don't follow through on warranties. Sell defective products. Take too long to finish a job, or will abandon a job before completion after they are paid in full. They use these foul-ups to explain why they only spend about 7% of their incomes trying to do business with black men. Every nationality in America has established clearly defined districts in which many of them have come together in the same area and opened businesses. Sometimes these areas spread over several blocks on both sides of the street or consist of minimums or the like. They become booming trade and cultural centers and often tourist attractions. These ethnic groups come together and agree to work together to form a business venture of some sort to display their capabilities to make a living in their own way. Chinatown districts, Hispanics, Asians, Korean businessmen are known for basically working and living close together. They maintain their ethnic individuality while still obeying the rules and regulations to operate a business in America. The black man has few examples nationwide of this kind of business unity. If they are in the same business in the same town or state, they do ordinarily come together about the needs of happening in those businesses. They do not purchase together wholesale to get a better price. They do not share information about operational advances they have discovered. And they do not back each other up if one of them falls on financial difficulty. These practices are unworkable for progress among like groups trying to earn a living off of a 280 million Americans. Europeans are masters at setting agendas, moving on an idea and convincing constituents to offer support by showing them how it will benefit them to cooperate. How it will benefit us to cooperate. That's not in the book, but I just said that. From the first day they came here, they agreed to uphold the plan, stick to the ideals agreed on, and share in the success. The educators, the businessmen, the scientists, the doctors, the lawyers, industry, politicians, common laborers, wives and mothers, and the founding fathers who set the agenda, all agreed. When any small or large group of people agree to unify to achieve something, they succeed. Let me repeat that one. When any small or large group of people agree to unify to achieve something, they succeed. hmm This is not to say that they did not have debates or problems trying to absorb or reject various suggestions, but they agreed on the basic premises and worked the kinks out as they arose. And they stood steadfast together as a solid wall, unified in their conclusions to install the foundation of their ideas, which would preserve their culture and aptly provide their future generations with a system of rulership. These founding white fathers agreed. They made the sacrifices, did the things they didn't want to do, worked harder than they preferred, played by the rules they agreed on, duked it out on the streets if necessary, but they held fast to the goal and taught their sons and daughters how to preserve the system. And they, too, agreed. They agreed to continue to work day and night to keep it going and to teach it to their own children right on down the line. Each new generation perpetuated the original plan, improving on it whenever they could. Obviously, the above is a broad description of how they did what they did, but it certainly gives the greatest values as being agreement and unity. Black men, on the other hand, take special time to point out that they are not all alike and do not wish to be lumped in with all other black men or blacks in general. The recent most fashionable trend in their dialogue is to intellectually point out the black community is not monolithic. The only unique aspect of the black man's personality is that he and his kind are not monolithic. Every nation all over the earth, when learning of the poor quality of life and injustices blacks endure in America, realize that they suffer these indignities because they are not monolithic. In fact, the number one reason the black man has not risen to his full economic capability is because he is not monolithic. Because monolithic means stone-like and firm. The black man is not firm in holding on to his own ideas. His lack of lithification causes him not to be solidified on any issue concerning his own people. He has defined and redefined, adjusted and readjusted, changed and rechanged himself over and over, continually trying to fit in, repeatedly trying to mold himself into the image others have chosen for him. Each time he remakes himself, it is with the hope that he will finally qualify for full acceptance, justice, and respect he believes he is due as a man. He says he is disgusted with the way other black men behave and think. He says he is embarrassed by their actions and savagery, and he uses the worst example of his kind to tell himself that there's no point in trying to make a change for the better by himself. He says the most dudes are liars, jive, can't be trusted, and will steal from your woman if you turn your back. And we're going to end it on that. Chapter 27. Well, I will have take 28 for you coming soon here on Poem Praise 2. I certainly hope that you were blessed, educated, uplifted in regards to what's being said and what can we do to change some of the things in here to our benefit, not to our detriment. So with that, I want you to be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Peace be upon you from Poem Praise 2. Later, y'all.